It's England squad time. Let's take a look. So Southgate today has announced the latest England squad that will face Australia and Italy at home at Wembley. So here it is. We've got Sam Johnstone, Jordan Pickford, Aaron Ramsdale, Levi Colwill, Lewis Dunk, Mark Gahey, Harry Maguire, John Stones, Fikayo Tomori, Kieran Trippier and Kyle Walker, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jude Bellingham, Conor Gallagher, Jordan Henderson, Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice, Jared Bowen, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Harry Kane, James Maddison, Eddie Nketiah, Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka and Ollie Watkins. That's the big one for me. Ollie Watkins finally gets his deserved call up. He should have been in the last squad. He wasn't, but he's now back in the England squad and we would all love to see him have a run out, wouldn't we? At least against Australia. There's going to be some dropouts though. This squad has obviously been decided probably around a week ago. Bukayo Saka in particular, as we know now, is probably going to be injured and will come out. Followed by Trent Alexander-Arnold, who always... No, I'm joking. But he does usually pull out a squad, so watch this space. Lewis Dunk, obviously great to see him back in now and regularly being picked for England squads, given how well he did in the last set of fixtures, particularly that Scotland game. Some obvious players missing though through injury. Luke Shaw, Mason Mount. Callum Wilson has obviously dropped out of this squad as well. Harry Maguire though, of course, is still getting picked, as is Calvin Phillips. Two players that just aren't playing football, but he's sticking with them. Jordan Henderson obviously still involved as well. I've said this numerous times on this channel. I think midfielders, it's a little bit different because we are so light in those areas outside of Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice. And you would argue the same at centre-back. And given the fact that Harry Maguire, of course, didn't start the last game for England, and that was obviously the victory in Scotland, and given the fact of the impact he had when he came off the bench, will we start to see Harry Maguire become almost a squad player now rather than that certain starting player we have seen under Gareth Southgate? Just while I've got your attention, if you're new to this channel, please like and subscribe. If you subscribe, it helps me out massively. Thank you very much. Let's get back to it. Nice to see Jared Bowen back in the squad as well. I think it's pretty fair to say that he initially started pretty well under England, but some of the other squads has been involved in over the past couple of years. He has started to struggle, so we do need to probably see a good performance from Jared Bowen if he's given the opportunity to perform. Likewise, I'd like to see Fikayo Tomori given a start at centre-back. He's a player that continuously is called upon by the fans who were wanting to see more of him. I'll be honest with you, I don't dislike him, but I'm not his biggest fan. He's not the solution to all of England's defensive problems. John Stones is obviously still the certain starter at centre-back, and it's really open now to who else comes in. I'd like to see more as well from Conor Gallagher and James Maddison. James Maddison in particular, I don't think he seized his opportunity in the last set of internationals, and he struggled, I think. I think he particularly struggled, so I would like to see more from him and from Gallagher. Gallagher is just a player that he just keeps routinely being picked in these England squads, and he just sort of passes people by. He's in there, he plays a part, but nobody seems to really comment on him being included at all. And I think it's now about the third or fourth squad in the row, if not more, that Gallagher has been picked. So we want to see more from him, don't we? He's in the squad regularly, but can you really think of any sort of impact he's made over the last sets of international breaks? I can't, personally. And I know Southgate is going to continue to get stick for picking these players that just aren't playing for their clubs. I am not particularly bothered about Calvin Phillips being chosen. I think he did really well, particularly against Scotland and in those other fixtures, and I do think he's a player who does fit and play well for England. It is a concern, a huge concern, that he's not getting minutes, and he should have left Manchester City the same way Harry Maguire should have left Manchester United in the summer. But my patience is starting to wear thin there with him picking Harry Maguire, but there's just not the depth, is there, in any of those areas. So let's see what he does. I think Harry Maguire as a starter in the England squad is starting to come to an end now. It's probably one of the most predictable England squads he's released in a while. There's not a huge amount of controversy here because we all knew he would pick the usual Maguires, your Phillips, etc. And there's not really any of the players there you think, really, what are they doing in there? Ollie Watkins in particular standing out. I believe Eze is injured. That's why he's come out of of this squad. But overall, you would expect certainly that squad to be enough against Australia and enough to get past Italy at home. But we are getting closer to the Euros now, and these squads will start to reflect what he is wanting to take to the tournament. Or you would think so, wouldn't you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like I said, I think a predictable squad. Nice to see Ollie Watkins finally get the call up. That's one I would have really been questioning had he have not been chosen. Up the 3 Lions, and I will see you all on my next video.